Hello friends, welcome to my channel SAP Agile Learners. Today we are going to learn some basics about SAP Fiori, SAP UI5, Open UI5, SAP Gateway and OData Services. What they are exactly and what they use and how you can build your own SAP Fiori apps or what else do you need to build these apps. So let's get started. So what you are going to learn is what is SAP Fiori, evolution of SAP Fiori, Fiori design principles and architecture, SAP Fiori application types, prerequisites to learn SAP Fiori, difference between SAP Fiori, SAP UI5 and Open UI5, and the last SAP Gateway and OData Services. SAP Fiori. Before we start to learn what SAP Fiori is, let's understand what is the term Fiori. A fiori is an Italian word that means flowers. So SAP used this term as it always wanted to build a beautiful UI for its current GUI, that is graphical user interface. SAP Fiori is a new user experience for SAP products and it is a collection of applications providing a simple, intuitive user experience. SAP Fiori has a consistent design and it is based on SAP Gateway and OData for its SAP Business Suite connectivity. As a front-end technology, it relies on SAP UI5 or HTML5. Next comes evolution of SAP Fiori. SAP Fiori started in 2013 and provided role-based and task-focused apps, responsive experience across all devices. Then came SAP Fiori 2.0 in 2016 and provided features like SAP Fiori for iOS, SAP Fiori for Android, new scalable floor plans, and improved navigation. Also, it introduces conversational interaction and machine intelligence. Then came SAP Fiori 3.0 2018 onwards and provided features like consistency, integration, and intelligence. Consistency offers design solutions that can be adopted by all UI technologies. Integration provides solutions to integrate different independent products and technologies into an environment that is coherent and easy to use. And the last, intelligence, establishes machine learning and artificial intelligence as an integral part of the user experience, focusing on enabling the user rather than taking away control. Next come Fiori design principles and architecture. SAP Fiori user experience is role-based, adaptive, simple, coherent, and delightful. Let's understand what they are. Role-based. Each app is specific to a user's role, manager, employee, and so on. This approach helps in developing user-centric apps. Next, adaptive. SAP Fiori enables you to work how and where you want, regardless of the device you use. And it provides relevant information that allows for instant insight. Hence, the cost of training users is also minimized. Third, simple. With SAP Fiori, you can complete your job easily and quickly. Fiori apps emphasize a 1:1:3 approach, that is, one user, one use case, and three screens. Example, desktop, tablet, and mobile. Next, coherent. No matter how many apps Fiori has, they all have the same design footprint and thus the same look and feel. And the last, delightful. Apart from making your work smarter, SAP Fiori also enriches your work experience by allowing you to simply do your job. Next is our high-level overview of SAP Fiori architecture. The bottom section shows the SAP Business Suite tier where business application data is located. For example, your SAP ERP data, SAP CRM data. Above that is the SAP Gateway tier. It holds the major part of SAP Gateway functionalities and components, including the core components. It provided tools for the development and creation of SAP Gateway services. And last, there is consumer tier. You example your desktop, smartphone, etc., where the actual consumption of SAP Gateway services takes place. Data flows to and fro using OData protocol. So this is how the SAP Fiori works. Next come Fiori application types. First, transactional apps. It provides task-based access. For example, leave request, travel request, and purchase order. Second, analytical apps. It provides real-time information from large volume of data. Also, it provides a visual overview for monitoring or tracking purposes. And the last, fact sheet apps. It provides an object view or contextual navigation between related objects. These apps allow real-time insights into your business by displaying KPIs, allowing you to make faster and better decisions. Both analytical and fact sheet apps runs on SAP HANA database, whereas transactional apps can run on any database as well as on SAP HANA. Next come prerequisites to learn SAP Fiori. You must be aware of web objects like RFCs and also OData service in SAP. Second, JavaScript, HTML5 or CSS3. In Fiori, JavaScript can be used for developing views, also for handling user actions. HTML5 is used for making your app responsive so that it can be accessed in any device. CSS3 is used for designing your views. For example, you can change the color of icons, tabs, or you can design your app buttons, fonts using it. Next, SAP Gateway. And the last, basic knowledge of IDEs like Eclipse, SAP Web IDE, Business Application Studio that recently came with SAP Fiori 3.0. Let's understand the difference between SAP Fiori, SAP UI5 and OpenUI5. SAP Fiori is a design principles, while SAP UI5 is a technology. Or you can say SAP UI5 is a library framework for creating cross-platform applications. So the only difference between SAP Fiori and SAP UI5 is that applications that follow Fiori design guidelines are called SAP Fiori apps, whereas applications which do not follow those guidelines are called SAP UI5 apps. SAP UI5 flexibility supports different roles and their needs. OpenUI5. OpenUI5 is open source and the core of SAP UI5. It is built and maintained by SAP and the open source community. You can learn more about OpenUI5 using the below link. So let's see what it is. If you go to this page and click on documentation and scroll down below, you will see there are various tutorials as well as there are some demos. Also there are some courses that would be recommended for you to get a deep understanding of OpenUI5, SAP UI5. Now let's get back to our slide. Next come SAP Gateway and OData Services. SAP Gateway is a technology that improves the reach of SAP business applications. With the help of SAP Gateway, SAP data can be used by an application developer without prior knowledge of SAP to build, for example, mobile applications. SAP Gateway is no longer carrying the term NetWeaver in its name. This is due to a naming simplification implemented by SAP in 2014. So SAP Gateway and SAP NetWeaver Gateway refer to the same product. SAP Gateway provides an open REST-based interface that implements simple access to SAP systems via the OData protocol. SAP chose the OData standard for SAP Gateway because It is widely used, well known, and easy to learn. The SAP Gateway is used to set up and activate the OData services. Next, OData services. The OData services are a mandatory component for running SAP Fiori apps. They retrieve the business data for use in the SAP Fiori apps from the backend system. The SAP Fiori apps use OData to display data from the backend and to update data in the backend. OData is a standardized protocol for creating and consuming data APIs. OData builds on core protocols like HTTP and commonly accepted methodologies like REST. Now let us quickly summarize what you learned in this video. You learned about the SAP Fiori and its evolution. Then we talked about SAP Fiori design principles and types of SAP Fiori. We'll look at a closer look at the difference between the terms SAP Fiori, SAP UI5 and Open UI5. And finally, you learn about the SAP Gateway and OData services. In the next video, we will look at the development part where you will be developing your own Fiori apps. And if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. Also, you can reach out to me on sap.agilelearners@gmail.com. Thank you and goodbye.